Welcome back, class. So today we're going to be talking about the retro format. This is a fan favorite format in Universes in which any card, barring certain bans, that is produced in the Jasco era of Universes is considered legal. So if we're going by UVS Ultra, excluding Reign of Kaiju since it is not out yet, everything from the King of Fighters 15 Challenger series all the way down. Keep going. Keep going. To the original Red Horizon. So all of this, all the way up to King of Fighters 15, is legal in retro. Again, barring bans. So, what makes this different aside from a lot of older cards being played? Well, retro has some exclusive keyword abilities, such as multiple, where is it? Multiple, reversal. I would say safe, but we did have one safe card being introduced into Yu Yu Hakusho, and desperation, as well as gauge. So, other than these unique keyword abilities, there were also different rules. The main one is that character cards can be stacked. So let's go into one of our old retro series here with 7th Cross. So for 7th Cross, if you're playing Selinka and you have a different version of Selinka in your deck, such as Selinka 2, you are allowed to put these cards in your deck, and if you build them either with an effect or by playing them at any course during your turn, this new character is added to your stage and you gain all abilities of all characters in your stage. Obviously, you can only use one copy of each, but you may have multiple copies of Selinka in your stage. You only gain the abilities of the new Selinka once, though. So for this enhance on Selinka 2 of removing attacks from your discard pile, even if you have multiple Selinka 2s in your stage and you're playing Selinka 1, you only get access to that enhance one time. It's not like you get multiple versions of that enhance, multiple copies of that enhance, if that makes sense. So that is one of the main differences aside from keyword abilities in retro universes. You're allowed to stack multiple copies of your characters. So this is very impressive when you consider in My Hero Academia All Might, we have several different All Mights that share the all and good symbol. You could, in effect, play every single one of these All Mights together and form a massive army of All Mights, gaining all of their different abilities. Now, they have recently updated the retro rules, which is why I'm making this new video, and they've changed the deck building. So now for deck building, you're using the standard rules for deck building when it comes to symbol rules. You used to be able to off symbol or symbol chain, meaning that any card in your deck had to share a symbol with your character, and any card that you played had to share one symbol with your character and at least one symbol with every card that you have in your card pool. Which means if I have an all good and life character with this All Might here, I could play a card that only has all, and then play a card that only has life, as long as the all card and the life card both share, say, water. Now that symbol's not on my character, but those two cards share that symbol, and they each share a symbol with All Might. That's how you were able to play cards back in the old retro days. But now, we are sticking to the standard rules of choosing your primary symbol and having access to attuned symbols. Also, in old retro, you were allowed to attack on your first turn, even if you didn't have any foundations or anything. Now, in retro, you are not allowed to attack on your first turn of the game. So, sad for some of those more hyper-aggressive characters, but you are not allowed to attack on turn 1, which is fine. It's very fine. I don't mind losing that feature. Character stacking is still available, and they are now working on effectively, like, they're focused on a ban list. So they've added some cards to the ban list from like the previous retro formats. These are added to said ban list. They've rebanned Goro and Shiva. I'm not going to go into every ban because you can find the list of all the banned cards for retro in the link that I put below. But yeah, retro is just playing a lot of older cards and seeing how some of those older mechanics work with newer cards, and getting access to some very powerful old abilities in the multiple and reversal keywords, which, if you're unfamiliar, you can check out the Hermit School extra credit videos on those keyword abilities. But that is all I really have to say about retro. Until next time, class dismissed.